Hello, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Right now, it's 8:30 a.m. Australian Western Standard Time, and I am on day 2 of our 5-day live stream series on how to bounce back from adversity to create your abundant life. And today, I'm going to share with you, how do you get over the fear of failing? Oh, does this resonate? Like, you're not alone, because this is a biggie. And so listen in. But first, I want to ask you something. I want to ask you a few questions. Do you mentally wrestle with the fear of something not working out? Or do you struggle visualizing yourself getting out of the challenge that you're currently in? Or are you sick of feeling stuck in perhaps procrastination, self-doubt, or self-sabotage? If that yes to any of those, then raise your hand and hit that love button right now if you want to know how to move forward to create your best life. And as you come on in, let's say hello. Let me know that you're on the live, so that the more that you engage with me, the more I'm going to energetically work back with you. I am an energetic healer, light worker, and also very well trained in mindset strategies and bioenergetics. I literally work with my clients remotely, but I would love to be able to connect with you. So say hello, and trust me that when you do, I will promise you, I will tap into your field and tell you what you need to hear today for exactly what's going to help you just to have that inspiration moving forward. So, and if you're watching the replay, put down #replay so that I know that you're here as well. So hello, I can see a few people popping on. Really appreciate you being here. So again, I just wanted to ask, do you mentally wrestle with the fear of something not working out, or struggle visualizing yourself getting out of the challenge that you're in? We all have adversity, right? We all have challenges, and then each time we grow and have a next stage, there's the next challenge, and there's always a struggle out of that too. And it's about finding those strategies that help you move forward. Or are you sick of feeling stuck in procrastination, self-doubt, or self-sabotage? So if that's you, you're in the right place. And I'm going to share with you in a quick live today about why and how failing is actually potentially a very good thing for you, and how you can use it to your advantage instead of weaponizing against yourself. So, but first, what are your dreams and goals? Write down your big one down below in the comment section. What is something that you truly desire to create more abundance in? Let me know. Write your comment down below. What core area you'd like to manifest amazingly positive, abundant results? Is it in the core area of health? Maybe you want to get fit or lose weight or become stronger. Or is it wealth? Perhaps you desire to finally express your innate gifts and talents and start your own business to share your message with the world. Or you want to buy your dream home, or you want to get out of debt and feel free again. Is it wealth for you? Or maybe it's in the area of relationships that you want to move forward with succeeding in first. Maybe healing a conflict with a loved one, or leaving a relationship that no longer serves you, and you don't know how to confidently do that. Or you maybe it's to find your ideal soulmate. What area for you is your goal focus? Health, wealth, or happiness? Which for your core focus that is a little out of reach, that you need to bridge across to because you're afraid of maybe you're not really sure if you're going to be able to get it or create it. So whether you're on the live or on the replay, drop that down below. Let me know what is your experience. So I just wanted to connect with you that, failure is, let me tell you a little bit of a story about my own self as well, is that, 3 years ago, I'd hit the lowest point in my life, really. I mean, I'd had a lot of struggles in my life as well growing up, but particularly 3 years ago, I ended up being in a completely new situation where I had ended a relationship several months before with a partner who, different face, same character, that I had been kept choosing into these patterns of relationships that would express themselves in abuse and violence and narcissistic responses. And so I was sitting reflecting on that hurt. I was really in a wounded space, but I was taking some time out to really look at it and go, I'm the common denominator. I'm the one that keeps allowing myself to choose these familiar experiences, because I was afraid of actually really truly stepping into and allowing a greater experience. Now, why was that? And a lot of that, it really just comes down to the programming from the ages of 0 to 7, and even before we're born. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. While we're in our mother's womb, we are very much downloaded with the frequency of our mother, and all the information, the DNA, all those thoughts and the feelings are also energetically being expressed to you while you're in the womb. And so you're already making up meaning and experiences based on what your mother is going through and the external experiences of that, with if this father is around or whatever conflict is going on or stress. And any essence of the self it starts forming while in the womb. I'll give you an example. If the mother is having strong emotions that she doesn't feel she's confident to be able to have the child, or confident to be able to, or doesn't want the child because of her stuff going on in her life, then that information gets expressed, and there's already this rejection programming going on inside at a cellular level as a formation, as a baby growing. And, if you look back in the generations past, I want you to understand, it's not their fault and it's not your fault that you have all these fears and these programmings that are going on. It's just simply the programming. And it's something that the generations of past haven't been conscious to, but we're starting to wake up to now. And it's really important to be able to really tap into what is the programming at the subconscious level that is driving the choices you're making, and that's going to reflect in the patterns that are showing up in your life. As, for example, was mine, where I kept choosing relationships that would undermine my ability to succeed and share my message and express my dreams. I was traveling the world, I was doing amazing things, and then I just kept choosing these relationships that I would then sabotage my success by choosing them, because at the core of it, I really didn't believe I was worthy enough for having love. And that's a really big example of connecting with what's going on underneath. And it's really important. How I came to doing that is through 5 awarenesses around failure. Because when I was sitting on that couch, I was really in deep pain and shame, a lot of shame wrapped around, and just like feeling like not worthy and not enough, and then feeling like, why did I make those choices? So there was a lot of self-criticism around it, and a lot of judgment around it from myself, not even from anyone else. But a lot of that was my fear of what other people would think, and my fear of failing in those people's eyes, and people that I cared for, people I loved, and people who I didn't even know, like strangers. I was like, what are they going to think of me? But it was those thoughts and those programming that was keeping me stuck and crippled in a rut for those period of time, until I found myself, first of all, making a decision to be able to go and inward and do the inner work and reflect, reaching out and finding some coaches and mentors who could help me see outside myself, because we all have these blinders on in our life where we don't necessarily see what we're doing, or we know, but we're kind of suppressing and pretending it's not going on because it's too much for the good old ego, right? But other people around us, it's visible to them, and it's often even visible to people who aren't even trained, right? And that's also where an element of the fear of failing comes in, because it's like, well, I don't want to be perceived as not enough. I don't want to be rejected from belonging to a community. I don't want to feel like I don't want it validated and reinforced that I'm not worthy. And so often the fear of failing then is rooted in these causes that we don't even attempt to actually try something different, or really even go for the dreams and the goals, because it comes to that safety factor. And I'm going to speak to you more about that tomorrow in the short live. Tomorrow I'm going to go into surviving, from surviving to thriving, and really go into some of the science behind the brain and the body of what drives fear versus faith. But today I want to just share with you, that failure is an opportunity for you. It's your teacher. It allows you to be able to do that inner reflection. It allows you to be able to look at the situation and go, okay, these strategies aren't working. Am I willing? Yes. To do something different? Yes. Am I willing to be able to allow myself to be open to a coach who I trust and I know can guide me because they've walked through the path that I'm going through right now, and they can see where I'm going. They can see the pitfalls. They can see what I'm blinding myself to, and lovingly create a safe and sacred space to be able to open up. And as I said, tomorrow I'm going to share with you more about the surviving to thriving, and amongst that I'm going to share with you a little bit about shadow work that helps to bring the integration of all parts of self so that you can be in alignment with your authentic life and create that abundant life, which is pretty cool, right? But here's 5 reasons why failure is important. It helps to build that spiritual muscle. If you're in the space of always having, everything win and everything easy, you're not doing any inner reflection, and you're really actually not doing yourself any service, particularly because by human nature, most of us will only really reflect on when we're hit the skids, when the back is against the wall, the butt's through the wall. But when you start to condition yourself and train yourself to really think about having think tank time and really reflecting and consciously creating your life, you can then start to shift from being in this mindless automatic response and reacting, into a conscious response state by tuning your frequency in and just really tuning in even more and more and more into that which you desire. And so, going through failure experiences helps you also determine, not only with that spiritual muscle, it helps you decide what you want and what you don't want. Because often, especially if you're like me and like a lot of my clients, we tend to be really great at intuiting other people's needs and really taking care of them, but really at the cost of our own, until you wake up and become aware to that programming. And so you can, by tuning in and connecting, and let me know if this is resonating with you at any level. Just give me some likes or love. Remember, if you're watching the replay, put the hashtag replay. But making sure that you can grow through your challenges versus going through your challenges. And so part of that experience is about really bringing yourself into the equation of what you're doing in life and looking at the programs of why you're even doing what you're doing. A lot of my clients, including myself in the past, really discover that a lot of the programming of giving, of being that super high caretaker, is really at the validation of valuing yourself. So there's like this really undercurrent, this subconscious contract of really, so I'm giving to get rather than I'm giving from a really abundant place. And so I'm just help you work with you and unpack all that so that you can have a look at what are the programs that are going on underneath, so that you can look at what are the energy blocks that are going there and how do we clear them, and then a strategy to move forward. The other reason, the third one, about another great reason for failure being really important, is it helps you to be able to have that pause and adapt. If you're willing to, you can adapt and find an alternative way. The programs that you've been running on and what you've been conditioned to and grown up with and being available to you is all you know, and you only know what you know. But if you're willing to pause and get out of the way of the I know that, and shift yourself into a question of what else is possible, and then you can find an alternative way. And that's something that I really love doing. I love showing and guiding people, particularly women, how to find an alternative way to consciously design your life and live your dreams. An abundant life, one with abundant dreams, helping you to really connect with your soul's calling and really align with your innate soul gifts, activating them, and then really bringing them to life by helping you clear the limiting beliefs, breaking through those, and programming you with new, more empowering beliefs that allow you to line up with those goals for you to succeed in bringing them into your reality. And so number 4, the fourth reason why failure is really important to your success, is it contrasts your appreciation for success. You don't it's very difficult to appreciate what you have if you don't know anything different. There's this wonderful book called The Little Soul in the Sun by Neil Donald Walsh. And if you have never read it, I encourage you, go grab it and read it. It's amazing. And I love the whole concept. It's the principle I pretty much teach from, is that, we have these, we're all beautiful beings of love and light. And essentially, we only know love until we have a contrast. And so the little soul he says to God, what is love? And there's this little conversation going on, and one of the other angels up in heaven says, I'm willing to play the contrast role for you so that you can get the experience. And they're talking about coming here to planet Earth and having these beautiful angel souls, like all of us, divine beings of love and light, who are willing to play out those difficult characters in our life because we've asked for the opportunity to be able to have that contrast of love so that we can know what love is. And so when we have failure, we've been so conditioned, to be not enough if we fail, right? Which is what is a big part of the programming of not even trying. But when you are going through failure, the people with a successful mindset, they're willing to fail. They're willing to fail 1,000 times because they have a positive expectancy that they will succeed. Whereas when we're caught in our woundedness, we'll actually be focused on the failure, the be all and end all, and that's it, that's done. And then therefore, and take it personal, and it's not enough. Whereas when we shift into this mindset of, let me try this, okay, well, cool, that didn't work, but let me try that, okay, cool, that didn't work. But the challenge is, most of us, until we get aware of what we're doing the same, you might be saying, yeah, but Katie, I've tried 100 different things, or I've tried it 100 times. And I say to my clients, I'm like, okay, so tell me what you've done. And they tell me one strategy. And I say, and tell me what you've done. And they tell me the same strategy with a tiny tweak. And I say, well, tell me what else have you done? And they tell me the same strategy as the first one. And so, and essentially the pattern is that they're trying things over and over and over again. It's the whole definition of insanity. It's like, if you're doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. But the reality is, you need to be able to pause and reflect and be willing to open and ask yourself new questions. And usually it takes somebody outside of yourself to be able to assist you with this, to be able to really go and say, what else is possible? What is a different way? What's an alternative way? Because when you're in that space and in that rut, you get in that groove and it's just so familiar to you. So you just keep repeating the same thing. And maybe that pattern did, or that program did work for you at one point in time, maybe years and years and years ago, or maybe only a few years ago, or months ago, or weeks ago, but it's not working now. So the frustration comes when we keep trying to do the same thing to expect a different result. When reality is, it's, in order to grow, you need to try and adapt and do an alternative method that's going to work for that level, that phase in your life, that where you're at. Is this making sense? If this is valuable, let me know. Drop it down below. The other thing too is, like, it develops grit. What's grit? Well, grit is a characteristic, a quality that is perseverance. And it really is, it's about having that resilience to bounce, baby, bounce, and really get back up, and not just once or twice, but every single time. It's not about what life happens to you in life. It's about how you get up. It's about how you respond to it, and what you would do to adapt to that, and really stepping into pursuing something that is really tied in with a really strong why for you. When you've got that why and it's bigger than just you, like, it has to be way bigger than you. Otherwise, the first mountain you hit, you're going to quit and give up. But when it's something that is really contributing, and you're connected to that and in alignment with that, then that's going to allow you to really truly step into a space of connecting with something that really taps you into even more innate resources, and have the faith that that you're going to experience and receive everything that you need, all the people that come in your way to assist you, all the resources that you need to assist you. So those are my 5 steps about why failure is really important here. And I'm going to share with you tomorrow. I'm going to invite you at the end of this week as well, by the way. There's this 5 awesome little challenges with you that you're going through this process. And at the end of this week, I'm going to also invite you to a next step with me, but it's not for everyone. And guess what? It is free, but I'm paying you. I'm paying for your way to access a wonderful 5-day free challenge. It's worth $400. It's worth thousands, but the actual ticket price is worth $497. But for those of you that it's going to fit, it's going to be a free opportunity for you. You can register for that, and it's a 5-day challenge where I'm going to take you through a lot of these processes. And I've still got 3 more little Facebook Lives here to really check in with what you're connecting with, and if this resonates with you. But if you are ambitious and you want to create something more for your life, you want to be able to find an alternative way to be able to have that success for you, you want to be able to create that abundance, you want to get out of that rut and stop feeling so stuck, Well, I can help you like I've helped hundreds and hundreds, thousands of ladies who have gone through my programs. And my Design Your Life, Live Your Dreams 5-day challenge is an introduction to my formula that works consistently every single time to help ladies really get clear on what their dreams are, have the confidence to go for it because they have a plan and a map, and they also have this really a really beautiful tied sense of connecting to their soul calling with what they're doing with it. Take, for example, I'll give you a couple of examples. So of some of the ladies who have jumped in on the 5-day challenge and then continue to work with me and created amazing results. And there's Bernadette. And Bernadette, she's a massage therapist and she's amazing at what she does. She's a beautiful soul. She came to me and went through my programs. And when she came through, she was feeling really stuck in where she was at, really unsure on how to develop a business so that she could take it to that next level and really invite more people in and have that abundance of clients and just, you know, even to be able to have the money to be able to go and travel and see her family in New Zealand. Well, before she went from being stuck and feeling, you know, caught up in the old programming, and when she began with my free challenge and then got these incredible results just in those first 5 days, she then continued her training with me. And as a result, from working my programs in the past year, she's manifested thousands of extra dollars in her business. In fact, she's even told me a few times that her new problem is that she's so booked out in her business and how to manage that. She's got no space left. And she's been able to create the funds for her dream holiday to go visit family back in New Zealand, and fulfilling her dream also to come along to the Bali Soul Sister retreat that I run once a year. We're running this next one in May. And so that's a really exciting thing. What about Wendy? I just want to share with you about Wendy. Wendy is a beautiful soul who has invested many of her years caring for her family, and her big dream was to travel Australia with her husband in a caravan. But her challenge and really feeling stuck was like, you know, well, what do I do with my home? And do I sell it? Do I not? What if I sell it and then I lose all my assets? And what if I do? Like all of this stuff going on in the head. It's what we all do, right? Does it sound familiar? She also was challenged about, you know, well, how do I stay connected with my family? Am I doing the right thing? And then there was guilt associated to all of that. And so by working through all of that, I helped her really become clear about the value of what it is that her soul was calling her into, and helped her create a plan. And as a result, Wendy is now traveling Australia with her husband, and she's been doing that now on and off because she's had a few stops and starts in the caravan for now about a good 6-7 months. So it's really exciting to watch women particularly bring their dreams to life, people in general, but I really, like I said, I particularly work with women. Then there's Sonia. I want to tell you Sonia's little quick example, because Sonia has, with her husband, they were living in Virginia in the USA. I think it was 23 years, a long time. Basically, it was all her life. So, but she had this dream to move to Florida and to a better lifestyle with Todd. And they were going through my challenge. She got the courage and the confidence to be able to go for this dream. And she took the next step to work with me, and we mapped out a plan. And then we went through all the belief breaking down of the old beliefs that were limiting her from accessing the flow of activating that goal. And she said, I want this goal for 5 years. And I said to her, strap on your seatbelts, because it's going to happen a lot quicker than that. And sure as eggs, within 5 short months of her making the full decision, her and Todd making the full decision, they relocated to Florida. And ever since, they have been having this exponential experience of quality of life, and even more dreams coming true. She used the skills that I taught her to, when she relocated with a job with the same company, they didn't give her the same reward financially in the beginning, but she used the skills that I taught her in business skills and marketing skills, and then went and actually got a 20% pay rise increase as a direct result credited to those skills that I taught her. So I just want to share with you that, like, you know, when you're going through any adversity, you're not alone. It happens at every level of life. And the question is, are you willing to find an alternative path? Are you willing to find somebody who is going to help you connect to what it is that is really important for you, and help you become aware of what those beliefs are that are holding you back, and how to break through them so that you can clear those energy blocks and create the lifestyle that you want, designing your life and living your dreams? If that's really exciting for you, drop a link, a comment down below, or send me a private message, and Make sure you're on the next live call tomorrow, and I'm going to share with you about how to shift from surviving to thriving by dancing with the shadow self. And I make sure you've liked the page so that you get the notifications that we're going live, and feel free to interact and connect with me. I really look forward to sharing more content with you. And if this is of great value, let me know down below. I'll see you soon.